Well, good afternoon, ladies. Thank you
Hi.
so much for joining me today and talking about breast cancer awareness. We are excited to talk about this disease because education and prevention is key to everything. And we've been having these conversations over the course of the last week or so. I've been talking to multiple people that reside in our communities, talking about the effects this has had on them, how the importance of family connections, the importance of self awareness, the importance of prevention. So I appreciate you ladies coming on and sharing your stories that you have. So one of the things I wanted to first say is that again, we want to make sure that this disease is no longer a silent disease. And I got this straight off of the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, and I think that this is something that I wanted to share with people because I think that it's important. And they had mentioned that cancer, it can be difficult to know what to say to someone with cancer unless you've been there yourself. You can't possibly understand how it feels, period. Many people say inappropriate things without even realizing it. We often do the best that we can, but our efforts still sometimes just fall short. How do we know the right words to say or talk to someone that may have cancer? Years ago, people spoke in whispers about cancer. We all did it because we didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And today, despite its prevalence, advances in treatment, and increasing survival rates, many people still don't know how to handle the news. So at some point, someone you know, or perhaps yourself, will get cancer. And when that happens, we should be prepared to communicate appropriately about the disease. So today, what I wanted you all to share was, first of all, your story and how you choose to bring it to the community. And then how are people acting towards you, and what do you want people just to know? Because the thing is, we're all still the same person, but sometimes people just don't know what to say. So I first want to introduce Tracee, which Tracee has actually, I call her my co-pilot with this program. We're doing a breast cancer slash diabetes walk on October 8th, and that's going to be downtown. It's a 1 mile walk. And it's important to do this because we want people to know that we matter. We want the community to know that there are resources out here that people can actually use. They're there. You just have to make sure that you utilize them. So we've actually decided to just, go ahead and pursue this walk so people can actually get together, for those who choose to, and come out with their family, with their friends, with their loved ones. So that's why we're doing the actual walk. We're doing it for the survivors. We're doing it for people that, the goal is for them to go out and get tested. It may come back negative, it may come back positive. Sometimes it's that positive environment that you're in that will cause people to say, Monday morning, I'm gonna, make that appointment with my physician because I need to know. I personally get my breast exams, my mammograms on my birthday because I want to know. So that's my treat to myself, good, bad, or ugly, at least I know. So, Tracee, what I want you to do is, and it's so ironic, even though, you help facilitate this forum, you're facilitating this forum, and in addition, you put together the race. You also, breast cancer has affected your family, and I want
Yeah.
you to be able to share that. So, Tracee.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to be helping with the walk. Just in case you don't know, it's going to be downtown Joliet by the old courthouse, those little cannon thingies they got out there. That's where we're going to kick it all off. And it's a free event that anybody can come out to on October 8th at 9 a.m. So, my mom was affected by breast cancer during the COVID shutdowns. And she delayed telling anybody about what was going on with her. She had received an irregular mammogram months prior to even COVID. And sometime during the COVID shutdown, she noticed a dimple in her breast. It was not a lump. It was not anything that people would normally hear about. It was a dimple. So it was easier for her to excuse that, oh, this can't possibly be cancer. Well, when I found out about it about 6 months after she finally got the guts to tell me that she felt that, I flew into action. We got her in to get more extensive mammograms, ultrasounds, and we found out that there was breast cancer in her duct, and it was pulling on her pectoral muscle, her chest muscle. So it was pulling everything inward, which is why it had a dimple instead of a
Mm.
bump. So the reason I share this is to let everyone know that any abnormality with the breast, meaning it be a difference in texture of the skin around the breast or something else that just seems off, you should get that checked. And like Pam said before, knowledge is power.
Yes.
So once my mom was finally on board with going through the rest of this journey, and it was a big journey for her to put in her mind to think about all the steps of treatment. She did go get herself looked at. She's had her mastectomy. She went through her full radiation treatment. She is still on hormone therapy, but she is in what's considered remission for her. She is healthy to this day. So we have had a success story in our family. But it did take a while for it to come out. And I don't like to think about what would have happened if she would have waited even longer to share with me what was going on.
Wow.
So, my piece from a daughter and somebody that was my mom's advocate through every piece better. And if you can't do it soon, just do it at some point.
Thank you so much, Tracee. Thank you so much. Would you like to introduce your guest?
I will. So I have two beautiful Pams on with me today. There's Miss Pamela Ford, and then there is my friend Miss Pamela Babcock, and she is Pam. I don't know if you want to call yourself a survivor. I would, but
Mhm.
you're currently going through it right now. So I would love for you to share whatever you would like with us.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for letting me share.
Sure.
Um, so the way I found out is I went for my yearly breast exam. I had my mammogram. They said that I had dense breast tissue, which I had heard in the past. No one ever did any more about it. This time they said they wanted to do an ultrasound. They did an ultrasound, they saw something. So then they did another ultrasound, a different type. They saw it again. And then they said that they were going to do a biopsy, that it's probably nothing. Don't worry about it. Very small. It's nothing. Well, it was something. They did come back and say it was cancer. It was caught very early. So I was lucky. Very small. I did have to have a lumpectomy. I am starting radiation the first week of October, and then I will be on a pill for 5 years, which is like a chemo type pill. Um, and they say, everything should be fine. I should be fine. So I stress yearly exams. If you hear dense breast tissue, if they tell you that or you see it in your report, inquire about it. Just say, do you think maybe we should do an ultrasound or ask your doctor or something? Because I never felt anything, nothing. So that is how it was found. So I was very, very lucky. It's still scary. It's still very scary to say you have cancer. Um, but I know there's a lot of there's people out there that have it much worse than me. So I am thankful, but it's still a scary thing. So very important to get your yearly mammograms.
Wonderful. Let me ask you this, Pam.
Hmm.
Since you were diagnosed,
Hmm.
your friends, as I had mentioned earlier, is what have they, how have they approached you? Have some of them just sort of shunned you a little bit because they don't know what to say, or have they embraced you?
Oh, I am so lucky. I have a huge group of friends. I have my friends
Wow.
at the gym, like Tracy. I have my lifelong friends. I have been very, very blessed. I have my kids and stepkids who surprised me with pink t-shirts one day at the pool, made me cry. I am very, very lucky. I have so much support, so much support.
Wow. That's awesome. And and that's why when I think about even like with Tracee, I don't care what crazy idea I have because it's all about education and it's all about health. She's always on board. And I know like in our
Mhm.
community, breast cancer in my community, breast cancer, it affects us disproportionately in my community. And so we wanted to do this because it's time to take the mask off. It's time to actually have the real conversations about this disease. And we wanted to put a face to it. So the blessing is with you, Pam, it's like, you went there, you got your exam and it was found early. So that's a blessing. Tracee, with your mom, even during COVID, because I know statistics, shows just from the basic research that I've been doing that a lot of people put that off during COVID. And a lot of doctors' offices wouldn't even let you come in, during COVID to even get the breast exams, the mammograms. So that was a scary thing. And I didn't, thank God, because mine was always January. It's like I was able to get mine because by that time they had started opening things back up. And so I was able to get mine, in January, which is right around my birthday. So what would you say, Pam, to those individuals? Because I know typically when things happen, they may not say it out loud, but they may come to you in secret and share with you, someone that they love, maybe themselves, that actually was diagnosed, with cancer. If they don't have the support, what would you suggest what would you just suggest that they do? Because I know you said you have a lot of it. For those
Mhm.
who don't have it, what would you suggest?
Um, Reaching out to see if there's support groups, because I'm sure there's got to be some support groups. I don't know. I haven't done that research, but I'm sure there's
Mhm.
some support groups. Um, yeah, I go to your church,
Mhm.
there's got to be support there, but I know there's got to be support groups out there somewhere. You
Mhm.
can give them my number, they can call me.
See, that's what a Pam would do. That's what a Pam would do. And we will have resources at the end of this message for people that we've put together a list of just basic resources for people. We're not nurses, we're not physicians, but we just did basic research because we feel that research is important. Resources are important, and that's why the walk is important. Because when you bring people together, let's say you may not have a support system. You may find someone else at the walk and say, I'll be your support. We can support each other because you never know what's going to happen, with people. And my hope is that people go out and get their exams. My hope is that people will say, listening to this has now caused me to say, I'm going to make the appointment, because no one can do that for you. You have to be willing to do that for yourself. Some things your friend can't do. You have to be the one to pick up that phone and do it yourself. As much as we may have support systems in whatever areas of our lives, when it comes to making that appointment, you have to pick up that phone and say, I choose life. I want to know. And especially if you have symptoms, you have to be able to, you have to get out there and make the decision to say, I'm going to call the doctor because I need to make the appointment. And even Tracee has compiled a list of places that will have also, if you don't have insurance, you can actually go and get a free mammogram, a free pap smear. There are places out there right here in our community, and we will give you that information at the end of this forum. Well, this discussion. I call it forum because I've had multiple discussions with people. So don't let that be an excuse. And if you have insurance, there's certainly no excuse. Take the initiative and make it happen. If you don't do it for you, do it for your family.
Yes.
So do it for those people that love you, because at the end of the day, those are going to be the ones that help take care of you in any capacity. We may be strong today, but we don't know what we're going to be like tomorrow. And thank God for those that actually have support, networks. It's a wonderful thing. And we'll also put, maybe some places that have support networks that people can actually, join if they choose to. But that's the whole thing in a nutshell. So Tracee, is there anything else that you would like to say prior to us,
Yeah, let me mute.
leaving?
No, I mean, just please consider coming out for the 1 mile awareness walk on October 8th, 9 a.m. downtown Joliet. There's lots of parking by the old courthouse. And I also want to echo what Pam said about the dense breast tissue. We have that in my family too. And that's an important thing for everybody to know about. If your doctor tells you you have dense breast tissue, just maybe consider going for that extra ultrasound if they want to send you for that. Don't blow it off.
Wonderful.
That's it for me.
Good. Pam, any closing words?
No, I don't. Just ditto what Tracee said. I have run into so many people through my journey. I've only been going through it since the end of June, but I ran into a couple people that have gone through the same thing as me. And a lot of people say the dense breast tissue thing. So I think that's just a huge red flag. It could be nothing, but don't blow it off.
Wonderful. So I guess that's the key. Don't blow it off. Don't blow off getting the exam. And if you get the exam and the doctor says you have dense breast, don't blow that off. Ask for the follow-up. What is that? The mammogram?
Ultrasound.
The follow-up ultrasound.
Mhm.
And reach out. And if you know what, if you don't believe the first doctor, get a second opinion. Do what you need to do to make it happen for yourself. We will be having a nurse on the next session that I'll be speaking with, and they'll be talking about dense breasts and those different variations that we need to really look at and look out for, even doing our own self-exams. So thank you, Pam, from one Pam to another. I appreciate
Thank you.
Thank you, Tracee.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing all of you all at our breast cancer diabetes walk. When, Tracee? October what?
8th.
October 8th, 9 to 10, downtown Joliet by the old courthouse. Okay. Thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. And Pam, we will be lifting you up in prayer. And Tracee, as always, your mom up in prayer. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Have a good rest of the day. Okay. I say a great, but I'm going to say a good rest of the day.
Yes.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
That's good.
Yay.